Welcome, guys. So let's get this class on the road. This is the last class of the 7-day lockdown personal growth challenge, and I've titled today's class 5 techniques on how to be more productive and get things done. I'm going to run through these techniques very quickly. Productivity is not just about what you do, it's about ensuring what you do is effective and delivers efficient results. So being productive isn't actually about being busy. So many of us feel that sometimes if we have a packed out schedule, if we're doing this, doing that, going up and down, we're busy, we're productive. However, being productive actually is about using your time wisely, is about ensuring what you're doing is impactful and being done effectively, and ensuring that you have efficient outcomes. And so when we talk about being productive, I don't want us to think being productive is about being busy. I used to feel that way. I used to really feel proud of myself, actually, that I would have such an exhausting schedule, that I would have so many clients in the day and I would have so many things to do. And I used to feel so proud of the fact that I was always so busy, until I realized that, okay, I'm busy, but what is the result of my busyness? What am I actually achieving at the end of the day? What outcomes can I really say I have had because of such a heavy schedule? And what I really realized was that I was busy doing nothing. I was busy but wasn't really delivering the right type of outcomes for me to see that I'm making real progress with our goals. And so today I'm sharing with you 5 techniques. The first technique, I've called it the Big 5, and I've talked about this before, and I believe I may have even mentioned it yesterday. Certainly I mentioned it in my masterclass with my accountability group on Sunday, which was about when you have something to do. When you have started your day, it's important to be intentional about your day. Many of us, we start the day and we don't really have a plan for the day. We just kind of jump straight in and things come our way, and that's why we can start working on something and then something comes up and we're distracted and we run to that, and then something else comes up, we're distracted, we leave that alone and we run to that, or worse still, we try and do everything all at the same time. Well, one of the techniques that I practice to help me have a productive day is to ensure that I'm focusing on my Big 5. Now, your Big 5 are those very important, high value items on your day, on your schedule. So when you look at your things to do, you highlight, of all of these things that I need to do today, which ones are my most high impacting, high in value, and which ones are going to yield the biggest results. Many times we focus on the small tiny little things and the small little bits, and we spend so much time on those little things, but they don't actually deliver the real results. It's called the Pareto principle, which talks about spending 20% of your time doing what will give you 80% of results. So in other words, the idea is that you need to learn how to work smarter, not necessarily how to work harder. And so the Big 5 is about looking at your to-do list. So you wake up in the morning, you get yourself set for the day, you set an intention as well for the day. Setting an intention literally is making a declaration. Every day I wake up, I put my hand on my heart and I say, I set the intention for me to have a great day today, or I set the intention for this live class to go well today. Whatever I know that I need to do that's really important, I make a deliberate mental shift to ensure that my mind is aligned with the outcome that I want. And so when you start your day, the first thing that you need to do to be productive in your day is to be deliberate about being productive. Don't just start your day haphazardly. Don't just start your day willy-nilly. Be very clear, intentional, and deliberate about what you want your day to look like. Actually have a mental picture in your mind of what you want your day to look like, how you want to interact with people today, what outcomes do you want to have today, what experiences do you want to have today, what feelings do you want to have today. Okay, because it's when you actually stay in a place of deliberately creating the experiences that you want in your mind, that is when you're going to actually see it come to play. And then once you've decided what your day is going to look like, once you've done Hi guys, I think my internet paused, so just check, let me know that you can see me, you can hear me. I'm having to use my data on my phone because what I realized yesterday was that my MiFi, the data on my MiFi has expired, and because we're now on this lockdown, I don't know how I'm going to recharge it, so I'm using my internet on my phone data. So let me know you can see me now. Just let me know in the comment section that you can see me, and then I will try and be as quick as I can in today's class. So I was talking about the fact that once you've set your intention for the day, you then think about all of the things that you need to do for the day. So you write a list down, you write your to-do list. I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, I need to do that. You write everything that you need to do. Now, once you have written that list, you now need to look at that list and assess that list and ask yourself which are the 5 most important things to do on that list. Now, some of you have said I'm paused, so let me know now if you can still see me. Let me know if you can still see me. Let me type in the comment section. Can you still see me? Can you still see and hear me? I'm really sorry about the internet connection, guys. It's because of where I am, yeah, my internet services is not the best. So just let me know. As anytime I'm cutting out, guys, just let me know. I'll be checking my comment sections more regularly, right? So I talked about the fact that you write a list of things that you need to do, and then you pick your first 5. You pick your first top 5 things to do. Why? Because when you remember what I said yesterday about using our willpower, when we exercise our willpower at the highest point of our day, when we are most energetic, when we are most refreshed, when we are most motivated, when we are most enthusiastic, it makes it easier for us to power through our day. And so what you want to do is you want to look at the first top 5 things that you want to do in the day, and those 5 things must be important things. They must add value to your day. Now, when I say add value to your day, they must give you a sense of satisfaction that when your day has ended, even if you haven't done everything that is on your list, because you have just done these 5 things, you still feel like you have had a productive day. So if you have a 10 list of things to do, and 5 of them are really substantive, really important things, and you focus on those things and you spend your day dealing with those things, although you still have little crumbs of things left on your to-do list, you're not going to feel like you have wasted your day because you have focused on what is important. This is the 80-20 principle. It means you spend 20% of your time focusing on 80% of the value you're going to get from that time. So in other words, whatever you are doing must try to give you at least 80% value, productivity, and transformation in that. So that's the first one, the big 5. The second one, it sounds really counterintuitive, but it makes so much sense. The second one is know when to take a break. Know when to have a nap, take a break, sleep, do nothing. Because here's what happens. When the brain is in overdrive, when the brain has not been given an opportunity to stop and think and relax, it then begins to overwork itself. And when it overworks itself, it's no longer as productive, it's no longer as efficient, it's no longer as effective as it could be. The brain actually only really is productive for 20 minutes per time. Per time, we have the optimum amount of productivity in our brain in 20-minute blocks. And so if you are working on something hours and hours and hours on end, you're going to eventually find that over the course of those hours, your enthusiasm goes, you get a bit more waned, you get a bit more tired, you get a bit more exhausted, you get a bit more fed up. But if you allow yourself to have moments where you take a break, you give the mind a rest, you walk, you sleep, you do something else, you engage in another activity, you allow the brain to refresh and recuperate itself. Okay, let me just double check you guys can still hear me. I've seen the Real Chisholm says it's pausing, so let me know if you can still hear me or if it's still pausing. Still pausing, so we might just have to wait out the internet. Yes, we bind this network connection. Amen to that. Amen to that. Let me let you guys know that I am aware of your comments. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the tips because some of you are saying because it's been pausing, you guys have missed some of it. So the second one is to take a break. The second one is to regularly take breaks in your day. The second point is to find time in your day where you actually don't do anything. Don't do anything. Allow yourself to let your brain relax, because when the brain is too overworked, it will become unproductive. When the brain is overworked, it ends up becoming unproductive and you don't do things as much as you could do when your brain is activated. Okay, so that's the second point. The second point is learn to give yourself breaks. It may sound counterintuitive to say give yourself break when you need to work harder, but you are actually more effective when you take regular breaks, when you are regularly hydrated, when you are regularly rested, when you are well rested, then you can continue to go back to the task. Let me know if you guys got the number 2 point before I continue. I know that the internet is really bad, guys. I am so sorry. I have no idea why it's behaving this way, but let's just try and push through. Let's try and be patient. I'm also going to slow down. I'm also going to try and repeat a lot of what I've said, just so that you guys can have the benefit of not missing out on any of the items that I've already listed. So we've got item 1 and item 2. Item 1 is to pick your first top most important task for the day, and then item number 2 is to ensure that you take breaks regularly in your day whilst you're working. So let me move on to number 3. Number 3, in order for you to be more productive, it really starts with your mornings. The way you start your mornings is going to set you up for how the rest of your day is going to go. I'll say that again. The way you start your morning will set you up for how the rest of your day is going to go. If you are not deliberate and intentional and focused and calm and well rested in the morning, you will find that the rest of your day is going to be filled with frustration, with issues, with drama, with obstacles, and everything else that is going to put you off from having a productive day. So how can you establish an effective morning routine? I want to share with you something that I have practiced for the last 4 years, and I learned this from a book called The Miracle Morning. I've mentioned this a few times on some of my speaking engagements and masterclasses, and is what I recommend most of my clients to also follow. The book is called Miracle Mornings, and it's by an author called Hal Elrod. I will put a link in the email to let you know how you guys can access the book if you choose to. But in the book, he has 7 steps that he says we should take in the mornings. The first one is silence. Silence means have a moment of quietness in your morning. Don't wake up in the morning and rush out of bed and begin your whole day. Start your mornings with a moment of reflection, a moment of meditation, a moment of prayer, a moment of gratitude, a moment of setting your intention. Use the moment of being quiet to just allow your mind to receive downloads from heaven. A lot of the times, and I used to do this a lot, when I would wake up in the morning, the first thing I would do was get my phone, go straight onto Instagram, and I would spend like 2 hours scrolling on Instagram and realize that I haven't done anything to really set my day up. So the first thing is be silent in the morning. Connect with your inner man, connect with your inner spirit. Use that as a time of gratitude. Use that as a time of prayer. Use that as a time to think about what you want for your day. The second thing that he talks about is called affirmations. We all know what affirmations are, but I'll say anyway. Affirmations are when you use positive words to declare into your life, into your situation, and into your day. So spend some time reading through some affirmations. A personal tip that I have is I set a reminder on my phone every 15 minutes for new affirmations to come up. So every 15 minutes, I will see a notification on my iPhone that is an affirmation. And I have different affirmations on my phone between 7 a.m. and between 6 a.m. and I believe till about 9 p.m. I constantly have affirmations come through. I probably now have at least 250 new different affirmations each time when they come up. So set your phone to come up with affirmations, and when those notifications come, just read the affirmations aloud. Read it in your mind, read it aloud, but whatever you do, internalize what it is that you are reading. If you want to know more about affirmations, when we're done from here, you can go onto the highlight section of my Instagram page. I have some affirmations that I regularly say. You can also go onto the highlight that talks about the meditation and journaling to learn how you can incorporate these things into your morning routine. The third thing that he says is visualization. I've already taught you guys about visualization, and I believe I did an exercise with you about the lemon, which demonstrates how you can use visualization to really bring into your reality the things that you desire. Spend 1 minute or two closing your eyes and just having a picture of how you want your day to be. Who do you want to connect with today? What things do you want to get accomplished today? Right? So you use visualization. The fourth one is to exercise. We talked about this as well, the fact that exercising allows your body to release good, healthy hormones that make you feel good. Those good feeling hormones that we call them dopamine, endorphin, serotonin, oxytocin. Those are emotions that help you to feel good about your day. And so when you take time out to exercise, and guys, it doesn't have to be like a long, big stretch of exercise. Just moving about, dancing, 5 jumping jacks, sit-ups, squats, whatever. Just get your body moving so that you can get into a place for your hormones to release those good chemicals in the body. So set silence, affirmations, visualizations, exercising, reading. Get into the habit of finding something constructive, productive, enhancing, enlightening, and empowering to read in the morning. I know most of us read our Bibles. I know most of us read our devotionals, and those are fantastic things to do. But add to that. Add to that reading things that will help you in the area of your studying, in the area of your business, in the area of your work. Constantly get yourself in a place of personal development. And so find books that match your interest. Find books that relate to your goals. Find books that relate to where you want to go so that you can learn, you can increase your learning capacity, and that's ultimately how you begin to grow. And then the last one is the scribe, which is writing or journaling. Journaling is the exercise where you wake up in the morning. For example, for me now, I have my journal here. I have many journals, but let me just show you what my journal looks like. This is me waking up in the morning and writing down my thoughts, writing down certain areas of my life that I want to focus on, thinking about my prayers. Sometimes I write down my prayers. Sometimes I have journal prompts that ask me certain questions, that help me to answer them, that help me to think deeper about my life. These are the things that will help you to develop a self-discovery journey. So journaling is a way to go deeper into yourself, to know who you are, know what your issues are, know what your weaknesses are, and find ways to deal with them and to move on from that. So guys, let me know whether you got the third part, which is to have a morning routine. I've given you 6 steps that you can use to have a morning routine. Be silent in the morning, do your affirmations in the morning, do your visualizations in the morning, do some form of exercise in the morning, do some kind of personal development reading in the morning, and do some kind of journaling. Okay, these are the things that you can incorporate into your morning before you really start your day. And trust me, when you start your mornings in this way, you will find that you have a productive day. So let me move on to number 4, the 4th technique to help you to be more productive and to help you to get things done quicker. And that is focus. In other words, multitasking is not the way to be productive. I know that sounds so strange because we have all been taught that it's a good thing to be able to multitask. As women, we pride ourselves on the ability to be able to do this, to be able to do that, to be able to do this, and to be able to do that. And whilst there is a place for us as women to be able to multitask, when it comes to being productive, the best way to be productive and achieve your goals quicker and easier is by having moments of being very focused. Science actually tells us that when we multitask, we actually waste 40% of our time. Just let that sink in for a moment. When you are doing A and you're doing B at the same time and you're still doing C and D, you are wasting 40% of your productive time. Let me tell you why. When you start doing something here, this is item A. You spend some time on it, blah, 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 blah. You put it down and you go on to do something different. And you spend time on that, da, 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 da. Do you know that when you want to come back to complete this, it takes 20 minutes for your brain to recalibrate, to go back to focusing on the original task? It takes 20 minutes for your brain to dislodge a previous activity and recalibrate itself to an existing activity. This is why we lose 40% of our time, because when it takes 20 minutes to just get back into the groove of what you were doing, you've wasted time. So if you are doing multiple things all at the same time, all in one go, you are not being productive at all. And this leads me to my 5th and final point, which will help you if you are somebody who has so many things that needs to be done and you're struggling with keeping focused on one thing. And what I want to share here is called time blocking. This is a form of time management. Time management is often one of our biggest problems because we're not really clear on how we're using our time. And that's why it's possible for, the whole day to go by and we're like, wow, what did I really actually do with my time? But I want to teach you a system that I learned, that I apply, and ever since applying it, it has really been a major difference for me. And this system is called the Pomodoro system. Pomodoro is spelled Pomedro. The Pomodoro system. This was a system created by an Italian guy. I don't know whether he was a philosopher or psychologist, I can't remember, but the system is so simple. In this system, what he says is that block your activities into chunks of time. So if you have a particular activity that you want to get done, allocate a window of time where you will only focus on that thing. It could be 20 minutes, it could be 45 minutes, it could be 90 minutes. Ideally, you want to stick between 20 minutes and 45 minutes on a particular task. Maximum, maybe 1 hour. At a real stretch, max 90 minutes. But what he says is that when you have a task, allocate a particular time slot for it. And let that time slot be the only thing that you use to focus on that activity. So in that 45 minutes time, in that 20-minute time slot, in that 90-minute time slot, whatever time slot you have chosen to give that activity, you are going to block out any other form of distraction. That means for that 20 minutes, your phone is going to be on silent. Your notifications are going to be turned off. You are going to let your family members know, look, for the next 20 minutes, for the next 40 minutes, for the next 1 hour, for the next 90 minutes, I cannot deal with any of your non-essential or urgent issues. This means that when you're at work, you block out your calendar so that when your colleagues want to schedule a meeting, they don't schedule a meeting when you have blocked out time to do a particular task. It means that if you are at work and your task that you have set to do is just to check your emails for 20 minutes, it means you only check your emails in that 20 minutes. You are not tempted to pick up the call and to call your manager to talk about something unrelated. You are not tempted to draft a letter when you have allocated in that time to do your emails. This is what we call effective time management. Time management is about using your time in a way that will enable you to have the optimum results in your day. Time management is understanding that you and I have the same 24 hours in a day. Beyonce has 24 hours in a day. Aliko Dangote has 24 hours in a day. You, Oprah, Obama, anybody in the world that you can think of, we all operate on the same time frame. What makes the difference is how we choose to use every single hour and every single minute in that time frame. If you use this time blocking system for any of your activities, you will see an increase in your productivity. And here's the thing, guys. Once you have blocked out your time and once you have focused on the activity of that time for that time, once you're done, give yourself a break. Don't just jump straight into the next activity. Remember, I told you that the brain takes 20 minutes, another 20 minutes to recalibrate, to switch in gears to prepare for another activity. So you want to make sure that once you've completed that task, get some fresh air, drink some water, break your state. Remember, I've talked about state break. The state break is shifting your mind from what it was doing before and giving it a different thing to think about so that it doesn't get overwhelmed, so that it doesn't burn out, so that it doesn't start to scramble. These 5 techniques that I've shared with you, if you implement them on a day-by-day basis and you track your progress, you will see that you have increased in your productivity at least another 70 to 80%. I'll repeat those steps again because I know we missed out some of it and some of you have just joined. So 5 techniques to be more productive. Number 1, make your list of things to do. Pick your 5 most important things to do to start off with first. Number 2, take regular breaks. Allow your brain the opportunity to reset itself at regular intervals. Number 3, set yourself a productive morning ritual. Start your mornings with intention. Start your mornings deliberately. Number 4, focus on one thing at a time. Stop multitasking. When you multitask, you're losing 40% of your time each time you do that. And number 5, manage your time. Block your time. Pick a time slot for certain activities. Batch those activities together and do those things in the time that you have allocated. When you practice these things day in, day out, you will see a transformation in your life towards your goals and towards the place that you want to get to. So guys, that wraps up day 7's live class. Do you have any questions for me? I see that there's a question here, so let me just click to see what the question was. Gussie Toby says, a lot of employers want young people because of their ability to multitask. How do we manage our boss's expectations on that? That's a fantastic question. Multitasking is not about not being able to do different things. Multitasking is about doing different things all at the same time. If you are doing things all at the same time, you are not going to be productive. That's science. Science has told us this fact. It's not something that I have made up. It's a scientific fact based on research that has been done over and over and over again from various people that show that when people are engaged in multiple tasks all at the same time, they are not productive. Being multitasking doesn't mean that you have to do everything all at once. It is possible for you to know how to do A, know how to do B, know how to do C, know how to do D. That's fine to have multitasking abilities. But the issue is you should know that, okay, if I'm going to focus on A, let my focus be on A for this time and that's it. When I'm done with my A task, I will now move on with my B task. And this is where you're going to show your employers that multitasking can really be productive. By showing them, okay, you want me to do all of these things, fine. I'm going to create a time management system to enable me to do all of these things, and I'm going to show you that I can get it done through my time blocking. When you see that you use time blocking, you will actually get through the things that your employer has set you to do much quicker, and guess what? You will do it more efficiently, more effectively, and the level of inaccuracy or mistakes will be greatly reduced because you are focused on that activity. I see this a lot when I go to the banks. Banks, I think, are probably, sorry if anyone works in a bank here, I love you guys, but I find that bank cashiers and bank staff are the worst people when it comes to multitasking. They will be the same people that are trying to deal with customer service, take a deposit payment, pay out someone who's requested for a transfer, and then deal with another inquiry all at the same time. And then what happens is that the person that they're dealing with customer service, they've started that customer service, they had to leave that customer service to quickly go and do the transaction that the next customer has asked for the transaction for. They've left that one, they're waiting for the system to go through because the person is now filling out the form, they're dealing with someone else, and guaranteed what's going to happen, someone in that chain of multitasking is going to get frustrated because the cashier is unable to give them the full attention to deal correctly with the task at hand. I see it all the time in banks and it pisses me off. I'm one of those customers who really demand, if you're going to serve me, please make sure you have finished with everybody else first. Then you can give me your 100% attention. If you're not able to give me your 100% attention, I will wait until you're ready. Because I know that if you're going to deal with me and you're going to deal with somebody else and you're going to deal with somebody else, you are going to piss me off because you're not going to give me the time of day that I need. And so that's a classic example of employees trying to multitask but not doing it very well. If instead the cashier decides that, you know what, I'm going to quickly get through this customer service issue, I'm going to let my other customer know, please ma'am, please sir, I'm having to deal with something really quickly. Can you give me about 5 minutes? Once I'm done with the 5 minutes, I will come straight to you. That is a better management of time. The cashier is not feeling pressured and therefore can focus completely on the customer service and is not getting flustered and making mistakes because she has told, or he has told the customer that's up waiting, I will be with you in 5 minutes. So in that 5 minutes, his mind is calm to address the customer service. In that 5 minutes, he's attentive, he has taken down the complaint, he has taken down the issue, he has found the solution. And in that time, the customer has been fully served because the whole attention in that 5 minutes has been on that customer. Does that make sense? I love you guys, bankers. I do love you, but I just need to let you guys know that sometimes the way you try and do all the customers at once, call it work. So Gussie has asked, what's the difference between being effective and being efficient? I love this question. I love this question so much. So effectiveness is about the outcomes. Okay? Effectiveness is about the outcomes. Efficiency is about the process. The efficiency is about how well is what you're doing moving, it's progressing, it's evolving. Okay, efficiency is about process. Effectiveness is the outcome or the byproduct of the efficiency. So when you are efficient, it means there is a flow, it means there is an ease, it means there's a grace, it means there's a simplicity to it, it means there is a process behind it, there's a system behind it. And because there's a system behind it, because there's a process behind it, it works. It's easy. It then leads to an effective outcome. The effective outcome is probably a quicker response, probably a more clearer response, probably a less reduced mistake response or outcome. Right? You get a higher quality outcome, which means that the process that you had deployed, because it was efficient, became effective to deliver a proper outcome. I hope that was helpful for you guys to understand the difference. There's another question here. Gussie says, how do we continue these sessions with you? And this is actually the perfect question because it leads me on to talk to you about my new accountability group. Now, I have had for the last maybe 3 years so many people asking me to mentor them, so many people asking me, can I coach them, can I mentor them, can I be their mentor? Now, as a coach, I'm going to be honest with you, my rates as a coach are quite pricey. And I understand that I have a particular audience of followers, audience who are my, real supporters, who may not necessarily be able to afford my high-end packages. My high-end packages can start from about $500 upwards. But I didn't want to exclude those people from my services. I didn't want to exclude those people from my ability to coach them. And whilst I can do things like this once in a while, I realized that there are many people that need much more ongoing support. And so I decided to create an accountability group. That accountability group is called the Fired Up and Focus group, and I wanted to actually present some slides for you guys to show you, but I don't think the internet's going to allow me to do that, but I will put it in an email. But let me explain what it is. The Fired Up and Focused Female group is a group that is a monthly accountability group. It's a group that I have put together where we have our own special Facebook group where I come and do weekly classes. I do weekly check-ins on your goals. I work with you within the group to help you work through whatever issues you may be going through, whatever issues you may be having with your goals. And I use that as an opportunity for you guys to ask me questions, pretty much like how you are asking me questions now. And every month, I hold an online masterclass. It's a private masterclass where I have a number of personal development topics that I teach, similar to what we are doing now, but on a much more deliberate scale and a monthly scale. And then I also have special guests that come and coach us, special guests who are specialized in certain areas to come and teach us certain things that will help us. And then I also have resources that I share with my accountability group. I have resources that I use, that I apply, that makes my life easier. Sometimes it could be podcasts that I've listened to, books that I've read, articles that I read. It's the platform where I use to share. And the idea behind the Fired Up and Focus group is literally that. Keep you guys fired up. Keep you guys focused so that you can truly be looking at your goals and seeing that you are progressing towards your goals. Now, this accountability group is not free. Let me just be honest with you. I don't believe that certain aspects of my services should be given for free, because I've realized that when people take things for free, they don't necessarily use the transformative value that the free things that I have can help them with. And so I decided that I was going to charge for this. My normal charge for this monthly accountability group is going to be $25. That's like the equivalent of 10K per month. However, the month of April is my birthday, guys. And guess how old I'm going to be, by the way? Can you guys guess how old I'm going to be later on this month? I'm not going to tell anyone when my birthday is. You guys can go and do the research and figure out what day is my actual birthday. But anyway, because this month is my birthday, and because this is the month that I decided and created this group, I wanted to give it at a special offer. And anyone who signs up today will get this rate for the next 6 months monthly. Instead of paying $25, which is the equivalent of 10,000 Naira, or even a little bit more now because the exchange rate has gone up, I am offering a monthly subscription to the accountability group, the Fired Up and Focused Accountability Group, for $10. That is about 3,000 Naira 500. 3,500 Naira is the monthly subscription for the accountability group. Now, guys, I want you to think about, what do you spend 3,500 Naira on right now? Let me know. Drop in the comments, what do you spend for 3,500 Naira? What was the last thing you bought that was worth 3,500 Naira, more or less? I want to know. Let me know in the comment section. And the reason why I'm asking is because if you guys, how do you know my age? Yes, you guys are right. I am going to be 40 at the I'm not going to tell you when, but I'm going to be 40 later on this month. Akura Kemme, you're so sweet. I'm going to be 35. So do I look that young? Thank you. But no, I'm actually going to be 40. I'm going to be 40 later on this month, and I wanted to do something that was going to give back to my community in a way that I can still continue to stay plugged in, giving my services, but also allow them to have transformative value. So if you are interested in having classes like this, having these kind of interactions where we are learning new things, we are growing together, I am giving you, real-time coaching, I'm answering your questions, I'm supporting you with your goals, I'm having master classes on a monthly basis with you guys, and I am literally being your mentor and your coach. This is the accountability group that you need to join. It's just 3,500 Naira per month. If you divide that over an average of 30 days, that's like 100 Naira a day. Guys, if you can't invest 3,500 Naira a month in your personal development, then you're not ready for transformation. I just have to say that real straight and real good. So here's what I want you guys to do. This offer is only going to be for today alone. I've got the link in my bio. After this masterclass, don't leave yet because I'm going to announce our winners, right? But after this masterclass, if you know you want to be part of the Fired Up and Focused Accountability Group, you need to make sure that before the end of the day that you have clicked and you have signed up for your accountability slot. Guys, most times people don't take me seriously when I have special offers. I don't know why. Maybe they think I'm bluffing, but I never ever bluff when I give a special offer. I have countless of times where I've had so many special offers. People haven't taken the special offer. The special offer has expired, and then they have now come at the full price for what I have asked them to pay. It has happened with my workshops. It has happened with my planners. It has happened with my masterclasses. It has happened with my journals. It has happened with anything that you want to think about that I have put out. When I give you a special offer, it is a special offer to not joke with, because once I am done with the special offer, it's done and it's done. So guys, that's what I want you guys to do. If you want to continue having these kind of experiences with me, having a time where we're jamming on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, where we've got a special group where we're active, we're answering questions, I'm checking on your goals, I'm checking, are you getting things done? You want to definitely make sure you are signed up to this. And here's the deal, guys. If you sign up today, for the next 6 months, I will ensure that you stick to that 3,500 Naira monthly plan. I will not increase the price for you guys, even though I will increase the price for other people. You will not have to pay 10,000 Naira. You will only have to pay 3,500 Naira. And after the 6 months has expired, I may actually offer you a further discount, so you don't end up paying the 10,000 Naira, but you may pay a little bit more. I think that's a worthwhile investment, guys. I think if you guys have truly enjoyed these sessions over the last 7 days, it's definitely one that you don't want to miss. So that is the question, the answer to that question, and that was my big announcement that I wanted to make. Thank you, Gussie, for helping me to ease into that real easy. Now let me just check what you guys have said. Do you guys have any more questions? And then we are going to announce the winners. So I want to know who is going to join the Fired Up and Focus group. Tell me, put it in the comment. If you are going to join today, just give me an emoji, give me a hands up emoji. I want to know who is going to come and take up this special offer. Now, the Real Chisholm has says, how can you really focus on one thing without having to feel like you're wasting your time? That's such a great question, the Real Chisholm. So here's the thing. This is why I talk about intentionality. You've got to know why you're doing what it is you're doing. So when you are looking at a particular thing, at the back of your mind, there has to be an objective. There has to be a reason. There has to be something behind your decision to say, this is what I want to do. And so the way you will know about whether what you're focusing on is a waste of time or not is simply by asking yourself that question. Why do I want to do this? What outcome will this thing give me? Is this outcome in alignment with the goals that I'm trying to pursue? Is this outcome in alignment with the values that I have? Is this outcome going to take me one step closer to where I want to be? If you can ask yourself those questions around the things that you want to do, you will find that actually you don't waste your time doing things that are not productive. So I hope that answers your question, the Real Chisholm. If not, do ask me again. Gussie, yes, this is a personal and inner circle kind of group. It's an inner circle. The Fired Up and Focus group is a personal inner circle. Is where, we get all of the things that I can't really talk about on Instagram. This is where we get to talk. This is where you guys get to let me know what's going on with you. This is where I get to give you advice. I get to give you, coaching tips. So yes, Ruth Inspire says she's definitely signing up. Yes, awesome. Ruth says she wants to pay for 3 people. Woohoo! Awesome. She wants to pay for 3 people. Yep, 6 months straight. You guys are going to have that price locked down. So I'm really, really excited, guys. I can't wait to see you guys inside the inner circle, inside the Fired Up and Focus. I tell you, we are going to have such an amazing time. Really, really, really are going to have an amazing time. Gussie says, don't say to me you can't do this yourself. Also, look, pay for someone else. This is something that I just heard right now from the Holy Spirit. Fantastic. I'm really glad to know that. I'm doing it because I'm visualizing my future and I'm acting on it now. Awesome, 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 awesome. Guys, if you have any issues with payment, just send me a message because I'm using Paystack. And sometimes Paystack can just be misbehaving somehow, but we can deal with all of that later on. But those of you who are joining, you will get an email. Go into the link, click the link, and then make sure you sign up. I'm going to take that link down today, and I mean it. I'm going to take the link down today. The next time the link goes back up, it's going to be 10,000 per month. I don't want you guys to pay 10,000 a month, because I really believe that we have such a great synergy and such a great community that we have built over the last 7 days, that I really think that it's easy, and I wanted to make it easy and affordable for you guys. So without further ado, can we do the prizes? Can we do the prizes today? So here's what I'm going to do, guys. We are going to do this together. Okay, this is going to be a democratic process. First of all, what I'm going to do is I am going to read out the handles of all of the people that I saw posting. Okay, so if you don't hear your name and you think you posted, you can just put in the comment section that I posted, and we will add you to the list before we start doing our selection. So what I have here is I have Gussie Toby, I have Suzanne House of Beauty, I have the Real Chisholm, I have the Akeru Kemi, I am Oluwaseun Agbola, I have True Success Cafe, I have Ruth Inspire, I have Uche_NK, I have Queen Stella Bod, and I have Visuals 21. If you didn't hear your name and you think you posted, this is the time you need to tell me now, because Instagram is telling me I have 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I need you guys to choose real quick. And here's how we're going to do it. We're going to have a number.